Hallo, ich heiße Nicole Marie Zames und ich bin aus dem Mercy Jahrgang 2006. Hi, my name is Nicole Marie Zames and I am from Mercy class of 2006 and I have been living in Germany for the last 5 years.
So, as being part of Germany, what are some of your different traditions that you have in Germany that obviously are kind of different here in the United States?
Well, it's very regional in Germany, and you have different dialects. And so, depending on where you are, people speak differently, and they also have different traditions. For instance, Lederhosen would be more from your Bavaria or your Black Forest area. Um, and so, it depends on where you're from. I'm living in Saxony, and we're famous. We have coffee, Saxon coffee. We have the worst dialect, or it's very like hated by most of Germany. And we also, yeah, we have lots and lots of castles. And yeah, so you have different, it's very different depending on where you live, including how the food is. But of course, you have your favorite, pretzels are everywhere, brezel. You have schnitzel and things like that. And those will be found all over
That's
Germany.
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of your different? You're telling me about coffee and cake. What is this all about?
Kaffee and Kuchen. This is a German tradition in the afternoon, so usually around like 4 o'clock, and you will have cake and coffee. But it's not necessary. It's not really like cake here. There are flat kinds of cakes which tend to be streusel, like a streusel cake, and then you have torte, which the Black Forest has lots of really good ones, and so you have your Black Forest cake. That's one example. Sometimes with cream, and those will be your more fancy ones, my favorites, and coffee.
And coffee. How can you miss? Um, what are some differences in the community? Like, do they treat each other differently, or is it like, do they have different expressions, or how do you interact with them any differently than you do here in America?
Well, you wouldn't speak with strangers nearly as frankly as you would here. You wouldn't ask people how their day was unless you know them more intimately. And you have a formal you and an informal you. And with younger generations, it's become more informal. But with your older generations, you would not speak to them without a respect and also a distance. So, and you don't ask people questions like, "How are you doing today?" because that would be very bizarre. In fact, like even a lot of friendships, when you get invited to someone's house, that's a very big deal for Germans, for most Germans, and that shows that you're more than just acquaintances. And even the word friend is used only for your very close friends. Besides that, it's bekannte, like person, acquaintance sort of a thing. And so when I talk about in America, oh, my friends, and I'm like, well, I don't have a million like best friends. I just, so there's that sort of a more of a formal distance.
Interesting. How hard was it to pick up German compared since you were not a native speaker?
Well, I took a year at my university at UNO, and my teacher was excellent. And then I was kind of thrown into the shark tank, so to say.
Yeah.
And actually, I started working at a cafe in Berlin. My boss spoke English. He said, "Here's the cash register." I did not know how to use the cash register, nor did I really know how to speak German. And I learned quickly because people needed their food and we didn't know how to communicate. So that really helped. Yeah, that was.
Thrown into the fire there, that's for
Yes,
sure.
absolutely.
And one more question. The what was my last question? Uh, when you moved to Germany, what would be like your top couple things that if we came to visit you, what would you want us to go see? Like absolutely in your area of Germany.
Ooh. Well, I haven't seen like all of Germany, but around where I am, Dresden is famous for being beautiful. They have a boat. I highly recommend if anyone goes to Dresden, come by boat because the view is beautiful. You can see the opera house in the old city, and Dresden was bombed quite significantly during World War II, and they've rebuilt with the traditional. Like they've rebuilt all the things how they used to look. So it's a beautiful, beautiful landscape when you come in, or cityscape, I suppose. Leipzig itself has a lot. Bach is buried there, and we have a lot of yeah, we have a lot of music history. Wagner was born or lived there. Lots and lots of musical history. Berlin isn't far away, Berlin with the Brandenburg Tor, the Brandenburg Gate. That's big to see. But really, all over Germany, there's castles, and I have a little daughter, and we like to go spend the night in castles because there's lots of castle hotels, and they're relatively affordable.
Really?
So you can spend the night in a castle.
There you go. So, why don't you go ahead and give them one more awesome German sentence just to show them how it really says, not the ugly German that they have on the video.
Okay, war schön, mit euch alle zu sprechen, und ich wünsche euch alle einen schönen Tag noch. Tschüss.
All right. Bye.